is heading your way.
Findle, Missouri? Nice.
You've no doubt seen the ads promoting sports betting on its way to Missouri. Nearly a year ago, voters narrowly approved a constitutional amendment paving the way for the rollout, and fans have been waiting ever since. Many of them are still crossing the state line right now, pulling out their phones in Kansas to place their bets. It seems to be paying off there. In February, when the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl, Kansas casinos and sportsbooks brought in more than $23 million in revenue. And with Americans expected to wager $30 billion on sports during the NFL season, Missouri's ready for a piece of that pie.
I want to be able to sit at Arrowhead. I want to be able to sit at Kauffman Stadium and watch a Royals game, watch a Chiefs game, and be able to live bet. You know, you're at a game with a friend of yours and you guys are joking around about Salvador Perez hitting a home run the next half inning. I want to be able to put a few dollars on that, and that's something that Royals and Chiefs fans haven't been able to do yet.
Missouri gaming officials have made some moves over the summer, issuing licenses to companies like DraftKings and Circa. By law, the system has to be online by December 1st, and there is a lot going on behind the scenes to get ready for this launch. Let's get a progress report and a game plan with Jan Zimmerman, chair of the Missouri Gaming Commission. Thank you so much for being here. With football season well underway, we wanted to have you on just to discuss what's happening before December 1st. So peel back the curtain a bit for us, I guess.
Well, there's been a lot going on, as people have heard. The Gaming Commission staff has been working on the rules diligently since the passage in November of last year. And just imagine having to write rules from the ground up so that something can be made operational. There are hundreds and hundreds of pages of rules that had to be vetted through the Gaming Commission staff. If there was one advantage to being relatively late to the game, we had the opportunity to look at what rules were working in other places. Being the 39th to pass sports wagering gives us the opportunity to talk to other folks about what worked and what didn't. And so the staff has been working on those rules in a place at the MGC in Jefferson City that we call the War Room. Those folks worked some long hours, late nights, and even weekends to make sure they got those rules in place.
Yeah, and I bet modeling after other states and starting from the ground up can't be easy. I imagine you're feeling some pressure already. The ads are running nonstop.
Oh, absolutely, and I see the ads. Of course, I'm a Kansas Cityan, but I see the ads here. Who the Chiefs are partnering with, who the Royals are partnering with, and I get those reports consistently from the MGC staff about what applications are in. And so we're right at about 800 applications that have to be reviewed and vetted, background investigations, and all of those things. So it's a massive process to get it done.
It seems a hurdle after hurdle. Yeah, the applications came in last week, and now it's just making sure that the T's are crossed, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single one of those companies and individuals have to be investigated. There is the gaming division of the Missouri Highway Patrol that does that, making sure that individuals who are granted a license, it's appropriate to do so.
Mm-hmm. Kansas Sportbooks brought in more than $10 million in July, and the state got a $1 million cut of that. Can Missouri expect the same kind of numbers?
I would certainly think so. The initiative petition that was passed in November has very specific rules about what comes to the state and what those funds will be used for. But yeah, 10% of the wagers will be going to operation of the MGC, but also, and more importantly, it will go to education and problem gambling programs as well.
All right. Any last message for fans?
It's coming, I promise.
All right, we'll leave it there. Jan Zimmerman, thank you for your time. Good luck with the rollout. We'll be watching closely.
Thank you.
Count on KMBC 9 News for updates every step of the way before the big launch of Missouri sports betting in December. We'll be right back.